Alright, let's see what kind of mission we're gonna get. Dead or alive, details be provided en route, seems to be an assassinate mission. Okay, I think given that we've been pretty well regarded in stand-up missions, I think assassinate will be okay.
Greetings, Commander.
Well, I may get lucky because assassinate oftentimes has got somebody in like special mechs and things like that. So I think we're gonna reduce the money and we're gonna go for all salvage. Because if we get lucky and the assassination target is in a really good mech, it might be a good opportunity for us to snag parts for it. Oh, right, one more thing. Before we get started on the mission. Can I not? I can't back out? I can't back out. Okay, well then I'll have to remember to do it when we come back. But I was gonna see if we could rebuild a, one of those mechs. I think we're just gonna have to ditch the galleon for this mission, because I don't want to hire another pilot, and I want to keep Whiplash in the APC, because the APC has been good with that tag. Oh really? How do you do that? I don't actually know how to make that happen. I would assume it's somewhere in here? You would have to walk me through it, Storm Drake. I don't actually know how that works. Okay, so we're gonna shift-click the battle armor. And then I'm gonna go to the mech, which is the Panther, and shift-click that. And I assume that means that it worked. I see it's red here. Okay, well there we go. I'd say we're good then. Well, let's hit it.
Men warriors, prepare for combat.
Hopefully we get some kind of really good mech out of this assassination. I say that. I'll take anything that's not a 35-ton tertiary walking pile of garbage with a rocket launcher. That's another thing that I have not seen any of yet, is any kind of flamers or other flame or heat-based weapons yet. Again, I know it's early in the campaign, but I would love to get at least a couple of flamethrowers on the field. That would definitely help with some of the close-range fights that we're in. Uh-oh. You see the light, huh? Yeah, unfortunately, with this being a flashpoint, we're kind of locked into a series of missions. I would like to be able to fast forward and get our people back into the fight. But unfortunately, if we start passing on all these missions, then potentially we end up losing this particular system, which I don't want to do. Remember, the ultimate objective of taking this series of missions was to improve our relations with the Taurians. We've been doing a lot of that so far, so I want to continue with that if I can. But yeah, no, I'm right there with you. It's frustrating that we're getting pilots injured and I'm not able to field them. So technically we've only got to kill one guy. But he's gonna have friends. Oh no, is that a hunchback? No, that's a thunderbolt. That's even worse. What the hell is this mission? What the hell is this mission? Game Master, you might see the light, but I think we're all about to see the light. If the rest of the mechs on this map are gonna be like that, we might be having ourselves a little bit of an issue. Because we're starting in contact, which means we're basically gonna have to fight these guys. We might be able to avoid the rest of them. But these guys, knowing where we are, we're gonna have to fight them.
I'm receiving you.
All right, but I'm ready to go.
I could do that. I know we do have the beginning of mission evasion. That's actually not a bad idea now that you mention it. Yeah. The spawn protection may actually help us on this one. Yeah, no, I agree. And it's something that I have become acquainted with over many hours of BattleTech and RogueTech is like, sometimes you have to cheese it because sometimes the game cheeses you.
Affirmative.
And in a situation like this, like with us starting in contact with what I assume is the support lance, there is no way that we get out of this fight without basically having to fight both lances. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So if I just shift-click, should reserve everything to one. Okay, yeah, I see that. Basically put everything in one. Nice. Thanks for the tip! Today I learned. I'm learning a lot of stuff about BattleTech today that I did not know.
Light damage. Holding firm.
Alright. Now.
Confirmed.
Now. Let's see what we can do here. So you guys are at 1 evasion. We got another Raptor. Raptor, I think, we'll be able to handle. But Thunderbolt and the Bushwhacker could be bad news. Especially if this is an indication of what we're going to run into with the other lance. Yeah, unfortunately, with us fielding 2 Whitworths, evasion is not exactly the word of the day.
Firing.
Commander?
Let's see. If we sprint up to here, that's still decent-ish accuracy. What about for me? Oh, that's even better. Nice. Nice.
Gotcha.
Let's do it.
Copy that, Commander.
I guess maybe I should check what we're actually up against here before I go charging straight into the enemy. Make sure I'm not charging into an AC-20 or something. I am charging into an AC-10, which probably isn't a great idea.
Standing by. We'll go.
I also don't want to move so far forward that we potentially end up triggering the other lance. I'm hoping this support lance is only 3 max.
Commander.
Let's see. If we run up to here, you're not gonna be able to turn enough. What about here? Yep, I'll take
I'm
it.
feeling it. Yes, I am. Here goes everything.
Lady, if you could just never speak again, I would be happy. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm worried about is... Oh, that's a
System folding.
Thunderbolt. That, I think, anyway. I'm not sure where that came from, but I'm not sure I want to find out.
Roger, Skipper.
So we know that grouping up is not a great idea. Yeah, let's get the tag. Yeah, it's some kind of artillery. Unfortunately, without us having made contact, I wonder if it's the support lance for the assassination target or the assassination target himself. Although I wouldn't be averse to the idea of getting myself an Arrow 4 battery on the field at some point. Can we... I can't see the circle. Can we get that guy? We can. Do it.
Targeting for physical attack. Yeah.
Alright. If we go in for the close range and let's give him a kick,
Confirmed.
we'll use the enemy's artillery against them. If we're in so close, then hopefully the AI won't shoot at us with that Arrow 4 again. I agree, Game Master. Remember, we talked about this on our defense mission in the last stream. The best defense is offense.
Ready to rock.
Doesn't even have to be a good offense. Always be attacking. That's the rule. I don't know if I want to use the LRMs. Oh, well. I mean, if the enemy doesn't care about friendly fire, then at the very least, maybe we'll get some friendly fire damage out of it.
Now let's see how you handle this. You gotta be shitting me. That should have hit.
If he's going with the I missed line, then that tells me that he didn't hit with anything. We're getting XCOM'd again.
Standing by.
Alright. We go in hard. Oh no, we don't have the ability to close range them. Poop, because all we can do is charge. So... can I, if I sprint around the bag, do I have a shot at the rear armor? It does not look like it. Oh, no, maybe I do.
Copy that, Commander.
Good stuff. I like it. More shots like that, please.
Awaiting orders.
So, wait. What am I missing? So you have no oh, you have no shot here because you can't turn. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Overheat alert already. It's not too much over the line. I'll risk it.
I'm taking heat damage.
Yeah, you're gonna do that. That's a disadvantage to a Treb. If you ain't running hot, you ain't running.
Ugh, that hurt.
Oh no, did you not
Enemy's
grapple?
weapon systems.
Why didn't you grapple?
Skipper.
Maybe he just failed to grapple.
Copy that, Commander.
Alright, nice. We got the target mark
That is
again.
something good.
Uh-oh. What do we got? Oh no! Well, we figured out where the Arrow 4s are coming from.
That was a bad.
Thankfully it's a vehicle and not a mech, but that's still quite a ways off. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. And there's the Thunderbolt melee. Which is what I was afraid was gonna happen. Ah. Yeah.
Damage minimal.
Oh no, we definitely don't want to leave the enemy alive, but unfortunately, they may return the favor. And they are certainly in a better position on this particular mission.
Show 'em what you got.
Waiting for orders.
So first things first, please, for the love of God and all that's holy, grapple before you get killed. Because as it turns out, battle armor standing out in the middle of nowhere is not a great survivability tactic.
I'm losing armor bad.
Which incidentally is the one thing that I remember about battle armor from the few times that I've encountered it in the game, is how annoying it is when they grapple you. Alright, so you can actually do the charge sick attack. Do it.
I'm on my way.
So I'm trying to decide who we gotta send somebody after this chaparral. I'm just trying to decide who I want that to be.
Orders.
And I think we're gonna send Trident in his Whitworth, and even though I run the risk of triggering the other lance, we have got to get rid of that thing as soon as possible. We're already sustaining injuries on our people because of it. We'll kill the missiles because we don't have a high chance of hitting.
Reading you.
Alright. Now you are probably... yeah, okay, you can. So kick, laser. If the Thunderbolt wants to melee our Treb, then I'm gonna melee their Bushwhacker. I'm not sure what that sound is. Like it sounds like a bug of some kind. Like it just... right? Like it just sounds like footsteps. Who knows?
Commander?
Alright, peak performance here. Peak performance. I do not want to get in a slugfest with a Thunderbolt because that's not going to end well for anybody. And I'm not able to sprint because melee. I guess we Battle Lord and turn around and try to give him the full Monty. Oh my goodness. That heat though. But that's how Trebs work. If you ain't cooking, you ain't piloting. Oh no, again. Stop it.
Commander? I lost a weapon.
Yeah, that just royally screwed over our battle armor.
Yep.
You butthole.
You got it. Locking off with all weapon systems.
Panic level critical. Good. Bail out. Bail, you coward. Stop punching my artillery. I need that for work. Oh no. Yeah, this isn't looking good.
Internal damage.
Now we're taking shots from more enemies outside of our sight range. So this,
Mech warriors, show 'em what you got.
this one might not
I'm
end
here.
well for us.
Coordinates received. Ah!
Alright, let's see.
Commander.
We could sensor lack, but we have yet to take a single enemy off the field, so there's that part of me that is still desperately wanting to do whatever we can to
Affirmative.
kill something. Engine crit, that's
That
not
was a
bad.
critical
We
hit.
might get lucky and destroy the engine in a turn or two.
Confirmed.
Alright, now for the chaparral. My friend,
Alright,
you have
let's
got
move.
to die. Yes, I'm aware of the overheat situation.
All weapons. Go.
But we have got to kill this thing before it kills us.
Keep an eye on my heat, Commander.
Ten four. Roger. Target confirmed.
Oh, come on, crit something besides an
A
actuator.
critical hit. My heat gauge is getting pretty high.
Yeah, you were standing in fire, and you've also been attacked by an arrow 4, so yes, your heat gauge is gonna be very high. That's just how it works. And I think our Trev is gonna be taking a dirt nap here in just a second,
Standing by.
because our stability is almost critical. So no sprinting this turn, because we gotta try to get some stability back. But we also, like, I don't think I can get away. Reduces movement extremely heavily, bringing to a crawl, now so you know, pathing in terrain. Yeah, I don't think that there's anything that I can do to avoid basically just getting melee spammed by this Thunderbolt.
Confirmed.
And I'm still focused on the Bushwhacker, which is the bigger threat. But yeah, all in all, this is not great. This is not great.
Scored a critical hit.
It's not the end of the world,
This heat is cooking.
but
my
it is certainly not an
infrastructure.
ideal situation for us, that's for sure. And this guy with his arrow 4s.
Damage is minor, Commander.
Thankfully, he's shooting at the person that we haven't been taking all those hits with, so
Orders.
count my blessings, I suppose. Let's get right up here and put those weapons in the tailpipe.
Affirmative. Oh, hell yeah. It's on.
There we go, leg destroyed, nice. That'll take him out of commission. Hopefully permanently. Please freak out and eject. I need one of you guys to get off the field, please. No ejection. Alright. This Thunderbolt, man. It's gonna be the bane of my
They're blowing
existence.
through my armor.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're getting harassed. You are getting bullied. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it.
I'm wounded.
No bully the Treb. I just said no bully the Treb.
I'm losing weapon system.
Ah, hello! Welcome back, Bamboozle. Haven't seen you since last time. Hopefully you're well. Unfortunately, I can't say the same. Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't say the same for us. We're in a little bit of a precarious situation here. We kind of get stuck with a bad role on a mission, and we are paying the price. I'm gonna try to make the best of it, but we very well could be dealing with, if not a wipe, some severe setbacks financially. But again, I'm gonna try to make the best of it. Perseverance and all that.
I can't take much more of this.
You may be the secret weapon game master, but you aren't out here on the field. Yeah, I've considered that. There's a part of me that's thinking withdraw might be the option. But at the same time, the stubborn redneck in me doesn't want to give up, even though I know exactly how this is going to play out if I continue to try to fight it. Because in addition to everything that you're seeing here, we still have this arrow 4. Oh, well, how about that? H-Mods, thank you for the raid and welcome raiders. Nice to see you. We are playing some BattleTech. What were you guys playing today? As you got in at a good time where we're thinking about potentially retreating from this mission. We get a very, very bad roll. And in addition to everything that we have out here, I also have artillery somewhere in the fog that's taking shots at me. Alright, good times, good times. I haven't played any MechWare Online myself, but I have looked into it. Oh yeah? Are you writing your book professionally, H-Mods? Is it like, are you doing it with the blessings from Catalyst, or is it just sort of a fan work? I hate to do this. I hate to do this. Especially with raiders coming in, but I think we have to withdraw. Like, just looking at this realistically, there's no way that we get out of this without losing multiple pilots and multiple mechs. And we're still early in the campaign, so we can't really afford those kind of losses. Well, if you've got the blessing of Piranha, that's a start. Hopefully Catalyst will be on board as well. At least in my experience, I've seen they're usually pretty good about working with the community and trying to take that kind of stuff into account. Just because, I mean, it's what keeps the hobby going. It's what keeps the setting going. Yeah, the Taurians are not happy with us because we withdrew, but again, I think withdrawing and pissing off the client is going to be a better move than a total loss, so. Well, good to hear, and it's always nice to see other folks that are passionate about BattleTech. I know we are a rarer breed these days. That's true, Bamboozle. Taurians are they're never happy, they're just varying degrees of angry or irritated. Like, mild disdain is about the best you can hope for a Taurian. Which is fine, So yeah, we're gonna have to play recovery from our losses on this one because we're gonna have mechs that are damaged. We've still got pilots that are injured, so it's a little rough. That was not a good outing for us, but that's okay. We can bounce back. I mean, again, I am from the South, and so playing with and as characters from what is effectively space Texas is, like, the Taurians are my spirit animal in BattleTech. I mean, their symbol is a frickin' bull, so, you know, what else can I say? So the Treb. I have on multiple occasions considered decommissioning this thing, and it seems like every time I take it out, it ends up costing me hundreds of thousands in repairs and providing basically no benefit in the process. So I am genuinely considering just getting rid of this treb and either selling it or mothballing it. Because I have never taken this thing out and not experienced some kind of significant financial losses as a result. But for right now, I guess I'll just... I don't know. I guess I'll just get it back in working order for now. So that way if we do mothball it, it won't be Swiss cheese when we take it back out of the garage. So that's gonna leave us with the Panther, which should be repaired in 1 day, a couple of Whitworths, which I'm still not happy about. I guess we can throw in the Toro as backup, but we're gonna have to reconsider the missions that we take, unfortunately. I got another attack notification in 3 days. Yeah, I know, Whitworths. I wasn't happy about that. Like, I started with a Whitworth 1, and then when the game gives you, like, the little loot boxes at the very beginning where you get mechs and stuff, it gave me a Whitworth 2. So, yeah. Escort mission, pass.
I wrapped up that
Get out of my face with that. Yeah, I don't have any MRMs, but that is probably about the only way that I'm going to be able to salvage even using this thing. Let's see. Rush with Federated Sons has been steadily degrading. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you kill their people. It turns out they don't like the folks that blow up their mechs and vehicles. I'll defend myself to the MRB, but I don't particularly care about the Federated Sons. We're fighting against them, so if they don't like me, that means I'm doing my job right. Let's hit the store. You gotta remember, right, there were a couple of MRMs available in the store, and you may be right, that might be the way to try to salvage this treb. Unfortunately, I only saw an MRM 10, and it doesn't look like they have a lot of ammo. Oh no, they do have some MRM ammo, but it's all Apollo. Which isn't bad, but it's only halves, so... Not great. Not great. Stick some rocket launchers on there, why not? Call it a day on that. MRM 10s, though, there's 4 of them. And I don't remember how many slots... God, look at all these people are injured. I think we're basically just gonna have to bow out at this point from this flashpoint, because half our team is currently laid up in medical. Oh yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of. So, maybe we have some MRM ammo that we picked up from, nope. I was hoping we had maybe picked up some MRM ammo from salvage, but again, we're still relatively early in the campaign, so no dice there. And it doesn't look like we've got enough parts of anything to get another mech on the field. We can't really we can't really cobble anything together. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, good luck, H-Mods. Again, thank you for the raid. I hope the writing goes well for you. As a former writer myself, I know that can be a long and lonesome road, so I wish you the best of luck. And may the writer's block not stand in your way. Yeah, let's see. Let's head to the store. Let's look at the rocket launchers. I'm not sure either how they work exactly. Unfortunately, our Hetzer that I wanted to buy has disappeared from the shop, but a Vedette isn't a terrible substitute. An AC-5. That only a single AC-5. For 500k, that... I don't know. That just doesn't seem like it's worth it to me. Let's see, reloading. How does this actually work? So, small rack of unguided rockets. They don't use ammunition bins, except they do because it's reloading. Is there, like, rocket ammo down here? It doesn't look like it. Well, poop. I think no matter what we do, we're kinda in a bad situation here. It's not the worst thing that could happen, but unfortunately we might just have to eat some cost for a little bit, let our people heal up, and wait for this flashpoint to be over. In the meantime, I mean, I don't think we have anything that can mount a howitzer either. So yeah, it's just, I think it's just sit back on our laurels. The Ragamutra ammo feeder, yeah, I don't think we had any of that stuff available, so probably not gonna be an option. Like I said, I think we're just gonna have to sit it out for a little bit, as much as I don't like the idea. I don't like being idle because we're basically just burning money, but again, half our people are injured and our mechs are in pretty bad shape. Now, let me see what we can make out of this trip, whatever we've got lying around. Let's see, missiles. All I've got is a Streak LRM-10, huh? I don't think we even have any Streak ammo. Oh no, we do. We have a little bit of Streak ammo. Alright. So Streak ammo, Streak LRM-10, again, not the greatest in the world, but it's something at least. And we don't have any more lasers. Oh no, that's ammo, never mind. Do we have yet a few lasers so I could potentially stick one of these mediums in here? Yeah. Can't do that either. Well, let's do this, and we will take out a ton of LRM, so that way we're balancing out our ammo a little bit. I mean, that gets the trim back in the fight. Whether or not it ends up being effective as a result is another matter. And let me see, as much as I don't like Whitworths, I think it might be time to consider potentially refitting these a little bit, see if there's something we can do to increase their effectiveness. Because we're running large lasers currently. I could potentially decrease the range on these guys and swap them out for medium pulse lasers. But we're going to lose some damage potential. And I don't think we don't have the missile racks to fill in on the other side of the torso. Yeah, and that's the thing, Bamboozle, is, like, I'm not necessarily going with the streaks because I want to. We're in that early game mud-slinging contest where I'm basically just having to build what I can with what I have. It's definitely not my preferred way to go about things. It's just the option that we currently have. So I think I'm gonna ditch that, and we will take the ER large out of there just to soften up the range a little bit. I'm gonna ditch the LRM-5. And I don't really like our options as far as where we can put this LRM ammo. So if we do that, and then what, add a little more armor? Yeah, I was thinking about ditching the jump jets as well. I typically have not been in a situation where I need them. I think our issue is not mobility. Our issue has consistently been not being able to put enough hurt downrange to actually take the enemies off the field. I think that's our biggest issue right now. So yeah, I think you're right. I think ditching the jump jets is the move. And that will give us more tonnage to play with in terms of missiles, so we could go with an LRM-10 instead of a 5. Can we put on any additional armor? Yeah, we can put a little additional armor. So we'll up the armor on the front. It's only meant to point in one direction. If they get in behind us, that's the end of the day anyway. No, we don't have any SRM... Well, we don't have any launchers at all at this point. We had basically the Streak 10, and that was it. Go ahead and get this Whitworth working. And let me see, I think we're basically using the same fits for this Whitworth. But I'll rearrange everything so that it's nice and orderly. No, it does actually look like we have some well, we have one SRM6. Can I potentially stick that in there? Give ourselves a couple of LRMs there. Alright. It's not the greatest fit, but it'll do, I guess. Maybe drop some armor, give myself... Nah, I'm not gonna be able to drop enough armor to give myself any more ammo, unfortunately. I don't think, anyway. Yeah, we don't have any half bins. Well, we'll go with it.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
And while we're doing it, let's have a look at the Panther as well. See what we can do here, because we got this large laser that's kind of doo-doo. I think we get rid of that. We'll stick the ER large on there instead. Because we are getting the benefit from the improved targeting here. I still don't think we need the jump jets on this guy either. Maybe we do. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. SRM, I mean, we have to put the SRM in the torso. So if I ditch the jump jets, I could potentially upgrade that to an SRM6. Or an MML as well. Yeah, I don't know. I think SRM6 is the move. Yeah, okay, thank you. Go away. Try to maximize the damage at close range. Although, with it being an ER large laser, we're not going to get this Panther up close anyway. This is the crunchy stuff, by the way. This is the stuff that I really like about BattleTech, is the, like, making the decisions about how you want to play and how you want to build stuff. I don't necessarily have a house rule against putting ammo in the feet. I just don't, I guess, out of habit. I typically put the heat sinks in the feet or in the torso because, especially early game, what I find is, like, if you put them in the arms or the torso, you're gonna lose those parts a lot. And then, as a result, you lose the heat sinks. And because we're in the early game where heat sinks are not necessarily plentiful, I don't want to end up in a situation where, like, every fight I'm losing a bunch of heat sinks to lost parts and having to replace them, because we're not at a point where we can easily get replacement heat sinks. I know that sounds dumb, but that is part of the reason that I do that. So yeah, I mean, I think the BA handholds aren't a good fit for the Panther either if we're gonna hang him in the back. And then I think we do MML 5, and instead of SRM ammo, if we've got some LRM ammo, put some of that in there instead, and basically turn that into an LRM. So that way we've got a long-range sniper here, and then I'll have to put the handholds on one of the other mechs. They are infinite most of the time in the shop if you can find them. But the issue that I have found is that the last couple of planets that we've gone to, they just didn't have heat sinks for sale. Like, they had double heat sinks. They would have, like, prototype heat sinks, but they just don't have the basic heat sinks. And even if they did, I'm trying not to spend a bunch of money on them. Yeah, if I go here, I mean, I have one heatsink. Oh, I see what you're saying. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I love you guys, chat. Because like, I'm still in that old school mindset where heat sinks are limited. And today I learned that I can put as many heat sinks into my mech as I want, and it doesn't matter because they're infinite. I did not know this, and now I do. So thank you, Bamboozle, for that. Again, I learned something new today. Outstanding. And here I was, pulling my hair out about frickin' heat sinks. No, I'm good with that. That is 100% quality of life change. Yes, please. More like that. So yeah, now I got no problem with putting friggin' ammo in the feet. Alright. Underweight. I can't mount another weapon system. Well, that's not true. I could go really stupid and mount another laser on this thing. Maybe a pulse laser, just because why not? But no, we're trying to keep this thing light, so I will max out the armor. Screw it. Survivability.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. That's the thing, like, I'm not used to using MMLs, and so I forget sometimes that you can just stop or you can swap on the fly. So yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. Is, give them some SRM ammo. Oh, did you really take everything off? You asshole. Alright. Well, I guess we'll start over then. Give me the ER large. Give me the MNL5. Let's go for the ammo. We want LRM ammo and SRM ammo. And we're a little bit overweight, but that's okay. We can drop some rear armor. Because our pilots are only ever going to be facing in one direction. And there we go.
Logged and noted. Shouldn't be.
So yeah, no, that's actually a good call, Storm Drake. That will give us some close range punch if we need it. Hopefully we don't. If we do, then I have failed hilariously at my job. But yeah, let's we're gonna burn right through this next attack notification, so the Taurians are gonna be unhappy with us again. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to pass, and that's a battle which we probably could have done well. Yeah, like we're having to pass on all these missions. I feel so bad.
That work order's complete, boss. Top-notch
Okay,
work
well,
is
engineering's
official.
done, at least. So yeah, I think number one, as much as I don't want to do it, we are purchasing the med bay upgrade because I would rather focus on other things, but we have so many people that are out right now for long periods of time. We have got to speed that up. Yes, I know. Federated Sons took control, the Taurians withdraw. Your contract ends in defeat. Yeah, so that's what happens if you pass on all of the missions. Acid ammo and close range mech? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna put it on the Panther just because I'm hoping that the Panther never gets in a position where we need to use the SRMs, but it is good to have them. With that being said, we don't really have any close range brawler at the moment, and that's definitely a weakness of the Lance that we're fielding, is that most of our stuff is long range based. And I just don't have, right now, I don't really have the equipment to refit any of our mechs for primarily close range. Yeah. And that's the other problem, too. Like, our two mainline mechs are both Whitworths, which are both hilariously slow. And so, all of our mechs are very slow and don't have many hard points, so we are struggling a little bit against RNGs this year, and he has not been kind. But that's okay, that's part of the challenge, it's part of the fun of BTA and Rogue Tech is making the best of what you got. Alright, let's see. So, a boy Trident feels like he's dying, wants a second opinion. I think we'll authorize a second examination. There you go. So you got dependable as an example. And of course all these, like, just because you pick a certain option doesn't necessarily mean that that you're gonna get the same result all the time. It's randomized. So we got good on that one. We actually got dependable. So, with the flashpoint being over in this system, I think the next thing we need to do is GTFO and get back to Taurian space. So, let's see what we got here. Factory world and manufacturing world. So both of these are lower difficulty, but it could be good in terms of equipment. I think we'll go to this point. Well, you know what? Let's go here. Kamaket. Nope. Not trying to pronounce that planet. We're going to Kama. We're going to Kama. It'll take us 14 days to get there.
Calculating escape velocity.
How this is the Lothian League stuff. Would I like to know more? No, not really. Again, for any of you that don't know already and are not familiar with the FedCom Civil War lore, feel free to head over to sarna.net. That's the official BattleTech wiki. They've got a lot of information there. If you care about that sort of lore. For me, I'm primarily only interested in how it's going to affect us in the game and our potential prospects for making money.
Those upgrades you asked for are online.
So medbay is now complete, and that has significantly reduced. Sanctuary Alliance has taken control of a bunch of crap, and I guess they just spawned in. But yeah, so that has significantly reduced the amount of time that our people are going to be in medbay, which is great. And the next thing that we want is probably going to be more repair and refit options, so we can get our mechs back in the field a little faster. I've considered doing the tonnage upgrade, but we haven't been running into issues with tonnage yet, so until that starts to become a problem, I think I'm going to focus on repairing mechs faster and keeping our people out of the hospital. Incidentally, the easiest way to keep your mech warriors out of the hospital is to not make bad decisions and get them blown up. I'm not so good with that part, but I'm working on it. I can't visit you in the medbay. I'm also in the medbay. Dr. Cobble summons you to the medbay, where Game Master's laying on a bed. Oh boy. Your rehabilitation is coming along, but with advanced facilities, we can certainly speed things up, if we want to pay the price. The newer prosthetics have almost no acclimation time, and we'll need a hefty chunk of change to get those pukes at New Avalon to send us to specs. Do I want to spend 1,000,000 sea bells to give you a prosthetic? I was gonna say, like, I kinda want to, because Robo-Arm is pretty bitchin'. But at the same time, if you see up here, 1,000,000 sea bells is literally half of what we have in the company coffers. And since we're already on the back foot, unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to refuse. and you're gonna have low spirits as a result of that, I am sorry. There's nothing I can do. Because if I give you your bitchin' prosthetic arm, then we are all going to be out of a job. So I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to take one for the team.
We've arrived at our destination, Commander.
Since we're here and we came here for the manufacturing, let's have a look at the store. That was, after all, the primary reason for picking this planet. Hey, there's a Hetzer again. Which one is it? Oh, and it's the AC-20 version. I really shouldn't spend 500k on a vehicle, but I really want to spend 500k on an AC-20. Man, temptation. So not a whole lot in terms of stuff that we can actually use, unfortunately. It would be nice to use like a medium cannon or a mortar or a light gauze if I had anything that could mount ballistic. But we don't. So this trip has largely been without utility. I think I will buy this small laser though, because it could potentially give us a little bit of extra damage in the support slots. So yeah, all around not great, but let's see what's on the mission board. Bunch of low rent missions, but at this point I think we should probably take it easy. So we got a battle, we got a capture base, we got a blackout, another battle in Tundra. Well, my only concern is that the payout on this is 640k, which is a lot for a 1.5 skull mission. Yeah, we still got a bunch of people laid up in infirmary, so let's fast forward through that, even though we're bleeding money. We definitely need to get our pilots back on the field. Let's see, the catapult. Never gonna work, it'll work. And even if it doesn't work, it'll be awesome. Building a miniature medieval catapult constructed of dried noodles, bits of edible foam, and elastic bands. They were using utensils at first, but the cook took them away. If we can get it tuned properly, it'll be great for radishes. Like, I feel like I should supervise, but I also don't want to be that boss that's like, oh, I see a thing, I need to put my white helmet on and tell you how to do it. You know what, I'm gonna ignore them. Let's see what happens. Yeah, no lasting consequences. And we're 500k in the hole, so we're now dropping below 2 million. It's getting a little dicey. It's getting a little dicey. Don't worry, everybody's still getting paid for now, but I don't know how much longer that's gonna last. Did they have a heavy flamer? I must have missed that, Bamboozle. But yeah, I've been looking for flamers in the shops. Let me see. Was there a flamer in here and I just missed it? Because I would love to get one. Now. Well, see, you got my hopes up. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, they got some bins of MRM ammo. I'm gonna buy those. Because that was our problem, is not having MRM ammo. Yeah. It did, so maybe I missed it on the last go around. Although an ER small laser, nah, leave it. Stop spending money. Stop spending money. I think that's all of our pilots except for, yeah, Bigfoot, who got injured in the battle armor, and me, who's still out. I literally have not participated since the second mission of this campaign.